Low self-esteem isn't just about insecurity. It's about the mask you wear when you don't feel enough. Your ATEEZ bias reflects it back to you. The way you shrink, the way you overcompensate, the way you sabotage. Yeah, they already know. So let's tear it open. Seonghwa, the perfectionist mask. If Seonghwa is your bias, your low self esteem style is hiding behind perfection. You overwork, you overpolish, and over control because if everything looks flawless, maybe nobody will see the mess inside. But deep down, you're not seeking approval. You're terrified of being seen as not enough. All right, Shine Stars, I just dragged you for the filth. Now I got a question for you because I know you like it hard and soft. You a freak. Okay, do you ever spend more time fixing tiny details just to avoid feeling like you failed? If you have seen any behind the scenes stuff with Seonghwa, this man is planning every single detail. It's giving overachiever, but no, that's Hong Joong. Hong Joong, the overachiever. If Hong Joong is your bias, your low self esteem style is burying yourself in work. You prove your worth by producing, achieving, and never stopping. Because if you slow down, even for a second, you fear people might realize you're not as strong as you seem. You wear exhaustion like armor. Do you feel called out? Do you need a tissue? Do you feel dragged for the fucking filth? I have a question for you. Do you ever feel guilty resting? Like you always need to be proving something. And now I know that feels like you're a people pleaser to yourself, but no. That's Yuno's job. Yuno, the people pleaser. If Yuno is your bias, your low self esteem style is building worth through others. You focus on keeping everyone happy, even when it costs you. You measure your value by the smiles around you instead of the truth within you. You confuse love with service. And what do they use as service dogs in the freaking field of whatever? Golden retrievers. Golden retrievers. I'm double biased with this man, and Seonghwa. It's so hard. It's so hard. Being a people pleaser and a perfectionist, honestly, they go hand in hand. But let me ask you this question before I get too deep in the weeds. Have you hit the like or the subscribe button? No? Well, could you hit it? Yeah, you like to hit stuff, don't you? You a nasty. Never mind. Let me ask you this question. Do you find it hard to say no, even when you're running on empty? I hope you don't have any self-doubt in you as a person because I think you're excellent. But you know what? No. That's Yeosang's job. Yeosang, the self-doubter. If Yeosang is your bias, your low self-esteem style is silent self-sabotage. You don't fight loudly. You quietly convince yourself you can't, so you don't even try. You shrink before you're rejected because at least you got to choose it, so you don't even try. You shrink yourself before you're rejected because at least you got to choose it. You don't lack talent. You lack trust in yourself. I have your diary, and you've been thinking a lot of things about yourself, and it's concerning me, Hoochie. Yeah, I'm concerned about you. But let me ask you this question, baby. Do you often assume you'll fail before you've even started? And if you're like, Yeosang is just my record, like this doesn't apply to me, listen to all of the members just to see if you are a little bit of them because you're not going to be 100% of anything. Like it's just not possible. You could be a hybrid of all the members in ATEEZ, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that you're scatterbrained or anything like that. That means you're multifaceted, baby. And we don't just have one side. I know it's giving overcompensator, but no. That's San's job. San, the overcompensator. If San is your bias, your low self-esteem style is masking with intensity. You turn the volume up so no one notices the cracks. You pour yourself out so loudly, so brightly, hoping that if people are blinded by the fire, they won't see the fear. But when the lights fade, the doubt whispers louder. All right, puddings. Oh, yeah. I'm always attacking you guys in all the videos. And if you're like, Chris, I never felt attacked by any of your videos, maybe you need to watch all of them again. And that's totally okay. There are timestamps for all the videos. Okay, let me ask you this, puddings. Let's go. Let's go. Do you ever feel like you have to perform happiness even when you're exhausted inside? Sometimes you just have to distract yourself from things, but don't do that too much. Just don't do that. Do not take that away from our princess. Mingi, the self-distractor. If Mingi is your bias, your low self-esteem style is burying the fear under chaos. You joke, you distract, you spend energy so people won't notice the trembling. Fix on! Underneath. You're not trying to deceive. You're trying to keep the spotlight off your wounds. The mask of humor hides the ache of doubt. And sometimes Mingi is very, very silly. Fix on! But he does have this air of seriousness. And some parts of Mingi can be in Wooyoung's description as well, but we're not going to get to that just this second. Let me just ask you some questions about our baby chick. Do you use jokes or chaos to steer conversations away from your real feelings? The storm is over. But oh my god, I feel like I'm sinking. Oh my god, I feel like I am seeking attention, but I don't want to take that away from Wooyoung. Wooyoung, the attention seeker. If Wooyoung is your bias, your low self-esteem style is demanding visibility. You chase validation through being loud, bold, or reckless. Not because you don't know your worth, but because you're terrified of being ignored. Attention feels like proof that you exist, even when you don't believe it yourself. Wammies? I'm always dragging you off for the filth, but let me just ask you this question really quick. Do you ever feel unsettled if you're not the center of attention? The call out. The call is coming from in the house. But you do not have to endure this in silence, because whose job is that? Oh yeah, that's Jongho. Jongho, the silent endurer. If Jongho is your bias, your low self-esteem style is locking everything inside. You endure quietly, refuse to complain, and carry the weight until it breaks you down. You confuse strength with silence, and in doing so, you hide the pain even from yourself. Your struggle is invisible, but heavy. I got a heavy question for you, because I'm so aggressive with these. Let's go. Do you ever refuse help because you don't want to look weak? Asking for help is not weak. You really need to revisit all the videos that I have done in this series just to get a different perspective on Jongho. And I just want you to know, I am not a therapist, psychiatrist, or any of the things. I know a couple of you have been journaling because of these videos, and that is a great thing. Self-reflection is awesome. But here is the final reflection, my babies. So what's your low self-esteem style? Do you cover it with perfection, bury it with work, hide it behind charm, or lock it away in silence? Your bias doesn't just reflect the parts of you you're proud of. They also mirror the shadows you'd rather avoid. Now ask yourself, are you living to be loved, or are you ready to love yourself, even when you feel unworthy? There are 3 questions down below that I would love for you to answer. I love when you all are very interactive in the comments. It just makes me feel so good. Also, there is a PDF associated with this video as well. It is down below in the pinned comment. And if you want to spend more time with me, you can always join the Patreon and or the Discord. There's a bit more adult content in there. It's a fun place if you are unhinged and a hard stan. And I also go live every single Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, every Saturday. So I hope to see you there. Okay, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. I have things to do. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, I'll see you there. Okay,